Hey, my Married at First Sight fans, we are back to talk about another episode. We actually had more tux and bridal dresses try on. We had 3 weddings to talk about, and then there's 2 more weddings on the brink, but then we have a cousin that's trying to talk a groom out of it. Welcome back to Romance Review TV. It's Lady T. I got another recap for you guys. Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode number 2, Runaway Groom. And without any further ado, let's talk about what went down in Nashville today. Okay, so following last week's episode, we had 5 pairs carry on with their path to marrying a stranger in hopes of finding lifelong love, and several more couples making that big leap by the end of this episode. And now we got to pick up from last week where we had Kirsten and Shaquille nuptials began at the beginning of this episode. And then we're going to get a chance to see who else made their way down the aisle as we break down everything that happened in this episode. Okay, so let's start with Kirsten and Shaquille. So they finally got a glimpse of one another as she walked down the aisle with a big old smile on her face. Now, Shaquille letting out a laugh. Kirsten asked, why is he reacting that way? And Shaquille can't help but say that it's because she is so beautiful. And they carried on with the ceremony, the usual practices, of course, of changing vows, saying I do's, and a kiss. But before allowing the real deal kiss to happen, Kirsten is setting some boundaries as she turned her head to offer her cheek to Shaquille. And then we see them step away to have their first conversation. He revealed to the cameras that he respects her desire to keep things kind of low-key for now as they got to know one another, saying that he respected her boundaries.
I kissed her on the cheek, and at that moment I was like, yeah, boundary. I respect her so much because she did that. Like, moment in my life I said, wow, like, you're different.
However, I don't know if that was about boundaries or her being just a little bit judgmental of her new husband, as there was a confessional scene where she notes that, he's bald and he's younger than her. And, the 2 things she deliberately didn't want, but she's keeping an open mind, which also add to another list of things that she expressed on the after party.
What are the other things on your list that are like, oh, you're out, buddy?
I guess the deal breaker would be if he had a bad attitude for one. And if we do, make it to consummating the marriage, like if he wasn't
Good
meeting the needs, in that area.
Oh, so you're not like Nicole?
No.
I said I would if I had to.
I had to. There's some things you just can't make longer, so.
What did you just say?
Listen, she said there's certain things you can't make longer.
All I can say is good luck, Shaquille, with Kirsten. So now we got more dress and tux shopping excursions for the other brides and grooms. And the first up was Gina and Clint, who had the support of their family and friends. Gina struggled at first to find a dress fun enough and one that could get her family approval, but she finally settled on something quite lacy. As for Clint, his friends teased him that the first tux he tried on was too Chippendales, but that gray suit he ultimately chose was the right fit. Now for Nicole and Chris, they shared fears and concerns about marriage during their shopping trips with their family and friends. Now, while Nicole admits that she is a difficult shopper and hates trying things on, she got emotional when she found her dress. As for Chris, he's just worried about rejection, but does his best to impress with the suit he selects, and he don't want to throw up on anybody. And then as for Jasmine, with her dress appointment, she don't want anything that resembles pageant outfits. She settled on something lacy and classic, and she got choked up watching her mom see her in the dress because she had breast cancer, recently battling it. As for Heiress, during his tux fitting, he thinks of his dad who was killed in the 90s and how he often picked the best outfits, wishing he was there to celebrate with him. And then finally, Dominique knows what she wants. She wants to feel sexy and classy and a little sassy in her dress, despite her being a tomboy as she grew up. And as for McKinley, he wants his first impressions to be everything when it comes to getting married at first sight. So he carefully selects the tux he believes his bride will appreciate. So our next couple to get wed is Nicole and Chris, who prepare with their friends and family before meeting the ceremony. Now, while Nicole is trying to maintain her tempering her excitement, Chris is concerned about potentially falling out fainting and remind himself to keep his knees slightly bent. Now, as they get ready for the big occasion, Nicole's mom hoped that her daughter takes things slow with her new husband, and Nicole agrees to keep things ladylike on her first night as a wife. As if to prove Chris is the one for Nicole, she received a gift from her groom, as does he from her. And Chris's gift to Nicole includes a ring as well as a necklace and some moonstones.
It's a gift.
Oh. Well.
See what we got. Oh, got picture frame, Mr. and Mrs.
I'm excited to finally get to meet you soon on our wedding.
I chose this crystal for today because it symbolizes communication, fear removal, some of that setting in.
It's a diamond. Hello. Damn, my husband I love him. Is it weird if I walk up to him and I'm like, hi, I love you?
Yeah.
Yes. What's your name? And what's your
What's your name? Because I love you. I don't even know him, and he already thinks about me and cares about me more than anyone I've ever myself. So if you want to know why I want to marry a stranger, it's because I've never felt like this about anyone I actually know. And if marrying a stranger to feel this way, I would do it again 100 times over, and I haven't even done it yet.
So Nicole gets quite emotional over it, noting that she got him crystals and how they clearly on the same wavelength when it comes to their thoughts toward each other. Now, before walking down the aisle, we see Nicole, dad is reassuring her. And then the joy is evident when they see each other and their faces light up. They made their introductions. They realize they predicted each other's names and have a quick laugh before exchanging vows and sharing a kiss to set the deal in stone. However, once they sit down to chat, Nicole admits that she want to ask Chris everything, and he's just in awe of how beautiful she is.
I want to know more about his work schedule, more about his dogs, why he moved here from Chicago, who his family is, who his friends are, what he's doing here, what brought him here. Was it work? Was it pleasure? Like, has he dated anyone in Nashville? It's the first time he's ever kissing someone in Nashville. Like, does he have friends here? I want to kiss him again.
Honestly, I actually think that this is going to be one of the front-running couples. So let's talk about Gina and Clint, because they also took that leap of faith, even though she was really nervous in the hours leading up to the wedding. Now, Clint's biggest fear is that they won't get along, but he's ready for marriage and to settle down because he's tired of casual hookups. And then we see Gina's mom and her friends have a really sweet reaction to her dress reveal as they make their way to the ceremony. And Clint's dad tells him to instill trust in this marriage because without it, they have nothing. Now, once it's time for the ceremony, Gina's brother walks her down the aisle, and Clint is excited when her dog Hank delivers the rings at the altar.
We've all been crying.
Don't be crying. You look great.
You look so good. I love the green.
How you feeling? Good. Never said that. Just know that you're not alone. There's a guy in there that's feeling the same way as you right now. Yeah. Be patient. Marriage is a process. It can work. You just gotta trust in the experts.
All right. Too late to back up.
Please stand.
Ready?
My heart might jump out of my chest. My fears right now is just don't work out, just, the negative thoughts that go through our heads all the time, the what ifs. What if she doesn't get along with my family? What if she doesn't get along with my friends? What if we're not at each other?
You got this.
So it's now time for them to sit down for a chat, and the two of them discuss their shared love for adventure and travel and learn that they actually live in the same apartment building, and they may even have met before. And the discovery seems like some kind of sign, as Clint remarks the experience is smooth sailing from here on out, so they hope. Now, I know we saw some drama with these two in the previews at the beginning of the season, so I don't know if these two are going to work. And then finally, Jasmine and Heiress conclude the episode with the beginning of their wedding day as they're getting ready to head down the aisle. Now, there's a lot of nerves that's on an all-time high, and Heiress is ready to leave his hot boy summer and his F-boy summer behind for a new bride, and she's feeling fortunate that she gets to share this experience with her mom. Now, just as the ceremony is about to commence, though, Heiress's cousin, Felina, plants seeds of doubt in his mind, reminding him that this is a serious commitment and that he can walk away now.
I'm curious.
You're curious? I think we all are curious.
You know, waiting to see, what's going to happen. I mean, this is it.
This is it. Today is the day, the big day.
So it's not too late.
It is, but it's not. I mean, yeah, I could just turn around to this venue, but I'm hopeful. I'm thinking it's gonna shake the rest of my life out in a positive way.
I guess for me, it's a lot of hope. I hope this, I hope that, I hope this, I just wouldn't be willing to play with my life like that. This is not a joke, this is not a game. And how this play out, this gonna shape the rest of your life.
Oh, foul, man. It's not like she's lying. They're real concerns. Like, I'm meeting a stranger. This is crazy.
I'll just be real with you. This just does not make any sense. And this is not something that you have to do. And to know that you can walk up out of here right now.
And it's scary when I think about it, because, I've never even lived with her. So if I was like, let's leave, you would be like, let's go. A lot of thoughts are going through my head, I'm all over the place.
The question is, will he be a runaway groom? I doubt it, because I've seen him in the previews with Jasmine, but we got to wait and see how the outcome of their wedding unfolds. Okay, so let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on who you think is the front runner of the one who will say yes on decision day. I told you guys my favorite couple. And then what about Heiress? Do you guys think that he is ready for marriage at this point, unlike what his cousin is saying? And then as for Kirsten, can she turn this whole thing around? Will she find herself being fully attracted to Shaquille after getting to know him? So I hope you enjoyed this recap. Stay tuned for other recaps coming up in the next coming week. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Bye.